Everyone, this is Vishal Dake, Assistant Professor, Electrical Engineering Department, Sardar Patel College of Engineering, Mumbai. In this video, we are going to discuss ratio of frequency measurement. So, basic use of this block diagram to find out the ratio of two frequencies. Here we consider two frequencies F1 and F2. So, basic block diagrams use two amplifiers and attenuators, then one JK flip-flop circuit, one gating pulse generator with a crystal of 1 megahertz, then one AND gate counter circuit and display circuit. So these are the main blocks used to find out the ratio of two frequencies. Now working principle, how it works. Here we assume that F1 is high frequency compared to F2, means frequency of F1 is more than frequency of F2. Then this F1 high frequency signal is given to attenuator and amplifier. The function of attenuator is to reduce the magnitude of original signal, or it pre-amplify, it depend on the magnitude of input signal. Then this attenuated signal is given to JK flip-flop. So this JK flip-flop work in a toggle mode, that is J equal to 1, K equal to 1. Then what is meant by toggle mode? At every falling edge of trigger flip-flop, the stage will be changed. It means that when there is input signal, and at every falling stage there is change in a state by using JK flip-flop, that is in toggle condition. Then this process output from the JK flip-flop is given to a gating pulse generator of crystal of 1 megahertz frequency. So when the output from JK flip-flop is given to gating pulse generator and crystal frequency is 1 megahertz. So whatever the output from this will get F1. So here we'll get F1. F1 is the square waveform with the number of cycles completed in 1 second, that is F1 signal, that is high frequency signal. Then this is given to one input of an AND gate. So here this is about the high frequency signal F1. Now the second frequency signal is F2. The frequency number of the frequency, this frequency F2 is less than F1. It is given to attenuator and amplifier circuit to reduce the magnitude, and after that it is given to another input of AND gate. And we know that when two inputs of AND gate are active condition or in set mode, at that time we'll get one as output. So whatever the counter, that counter will count the number of cycles completed in 1 second for high frequency F2. Then that count is nothing but the ratio of F1 by F2, and it is shown in a display circuit. So basically here we consider F1 as a high frequency signal. It is given to AND gate by using this JK flip-flop in toggling condition, and gate pulse generator of a crystal 1 megahertz. And second signal is high frequency F2 signal. It is given to another input of AND gate, and whatever the ratio is measured by using counter, it is nothing but F1 by F2. So this is the working principle of the block diagram for measurement of ratio of two frequency signals. Measurement of product of two frequencies. Block diagram consists of two frequency signals F1 and F2, one AND gate, counter circuit, latch circuit, binary rate multiplier, and output F0. Now working principle, how it work. Let's say one frequency signal with frequency f1 is given to one terminal of AND gate. The second terminal of AND gate is a reference signal of 1 second. Time period is 1 second. So by using counter, we could measure how much is the number of cycles completed in 1 second for the unknown frequency signal f1. So counter will count the frequency of signal f1. After that, latch circuit is used. The function of latch circuit is to pass the signal or to stop the signal. After that, latch is given to binary rate multiplier. For binary rate multiplier, the second frequency signal f2 is also given, and one input signal is from f1. So it means that the function of binary rate multiplier is to multiply the two frequencies f1 and f2, and so basically binary number means 0 1 0 1. So for f1 having some number in the binary form, f2 frequency have some number in the binary form, so it is multiplied by using binary rate multiplier. So at the output we will get f0 is equal to f1 into f2 divided by 2 raised to n. So this is about the output of a product of two frequencies by using binary rate multiplier. High frequency measurement. A method commonly used for accurate measurement is to multiply the signal frequency and then measure it. For example, let's consider 1 MHz frequency, which may be increased up to 1 GHz, and this frequency is subtract from some reference source. So the output of this will get more accuracy as a 1 part in 10⁹ with 1 second measuring time. So for more accurate result, we require to use a frequency difference expansion method. So here we'll consider one stage frequency difference expansion method. So for one stage, let's consider there are two signals. One signal is a reference signal f1. So this f1 is multiplied with 9. So frequency multiplier is used here. So we'll get 9 times f1. Then the unknown frequency signal is f2. We don't know the frequency of f2. So for that frequency, we have to multiply into 10. So by using frequency multiplier, then at the output side we'll get f0. f0 is equal to unknown frequency source minus reference frequency. So here we'll get 10 f1 plus minus 10 fd minus 9 f1. So at the output we'll get f1 plus minus 10 fd. fd is nothing but the frequency difference. So as we increase the number of stages, then we'll get more accurate result, because for high frequencies the accuracy is more important. So by using frequency difference expansion method, we could measure the high frequency signal. Next point is fast low frequency measurement of sinusoidal varying signal. Consider a sinusoidal signal. Let's say V of t as a sinusoidal signal. So it represents as Vm sin of 2 pi ft, where f is a frequency of that signal and Vm is a magnitude or a peak value of V of t. Then after integrating that V of t signal, we'll get integrated V of t is equal to Vm into cos of 2 pi ft divided by 2 pi f. So if you take the ratio of peak value of V of t divided by peak value of integrated V of t, then we'll obtain Vm divided by Vm by 2 pi f. So we'll get a 2 pi f value. So 2 pi f means a frequency. So we'll get a unknown frequency value of a sinusoidal time varying signal. I'll repeat. Consider a sinusoidal signal v of t. So v of t is nothing but Vm sine of 2 pi ft. Our interest is to find out the f value, that is frequency. So take the integration of that signal v of t. So we'll get to Vm cos of 2 pi ft divided by 2 pi f. So after taking the ratio, we'll get a 2 pi f. Now the block diagram. Now we know that we have to take the ratio of peak value of v of t to peak value of integrated v of t. So first of all, v of t is original signal. So take the peak value of v of t. So peak value of v of t will get here Vm. So this is nothing but Vm. Secondly, the second signal is integrated v of t. So we'll get the integrated v of t is nothing but Vm cos of 2 pi ft divided by 2 pi f. Also peak detector is used to find out the value. So peak detector uses the value of integrated v of t, that is nothing but Vm divided by 2 pi f. So if you take the ratio of voltage ratio to frequency converter, if you take the ratio Vm divided by Vm 2 pi f, so Vm will get cancelled and we'll get a 2 pi f, and f is the unknown frequency, that is our interest to find out that unknown frequency value.